See, kill me, that's the opposite of booing. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So, big news. Karine Jean-Pierre says she's leaving the Democratic Party.
Bye.
I don't blame her. How could she trust the people dumb enough to hire her? Greta Thunberg posted pictures of herself having fun as her sailboat nears Gaza. Sailing experts and non-experts alike criticized the photo, saying she should be wearing a helmet. Filmmaker Michael Moore is proposing a new Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah. Wants a new Pledge of Allegiance for those who oppose President Trump. It includes a few new phrases and ends with liberty and justice for Arby's. He looks like he ate Michael Moore. The White House is celebrating as plummeting murder rates dip below pre-COVID numbers. Yeah, thank you. Well, I guess that means you-know-who is taking some time off. Amazing story. Scientists injected 40,000-year-old Neanderthal DNA into mice, resulting in very unexpected changes. They died. A record 37.5 million metric tons of seaweed was detected in the Atlantic. I believe we have a picture. We're not even trying anymore, are we?
If it ain't broke,
yeah.
It ain't broke.
According to MSNBC, Democrats should try to win over men by reaching out to guys at the gym. Well, I call dibs in the steam room, said one man. A man who slept in his car was arrested for breaking into a woman's home and licking her toes while she was sleeping. I know, gross. Sleeping in your car. And finally, Sesame Street announced they're wishing everyone a happy Pride Month. To celebrate, Cookie Monster is now only eating snickerdoodles that taste like ass. So young men have abandoned the Dems, and MSNBC thinks they have a solution. Hit the gym. Well, I tell them to head to Gold, but I know how they feel about Jews. The column reads, quote, "The sweat of your brow is all that stands between you and success. It's an understandable, even healthy impulse, and Democrats would do well to start rebuilding their political muscle, quite literally, by seeking to identify with the guy at the gym. So fitness is acceptable now. A few years ago, the left said exercise was racist. Hell, if that's the case, my glutes make me the Grand Wizard of the KKK. True, I like to CrossFit. But only Democrats could politicize sit-ups. And now they find gym attendance understandable, even healthy, as if somehow that fact was in question. Next, they're going to tell us that bathing keeps you from getting mean looks in the elevator. And so now the Dems see the gym as worthy, but not as physical self-improvement, but as a political tool to probe these weird buffed creatures at the gym. Of course, this illustrates the general misery of the Democrat Party. They don't understand why anyone would go to the gym. But if I don't go, I get depressed. A direct cause and effect. I mean, what's a great career in the admiration of millions mean without my six-pack abs?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Yeah. That picture was taken tomorrow. Dems, though, immersed in their world of something for nothing, can't believe people actually put in hard work for a result that comes later. Nope, instead, if you want something, the government will provide. And if someone else has something you want, just take it. But for the Dems, that's the problem with fitness. It's hard to loot. You can't steal it. Weights are heavy. And muscle, you got to make it yourself. Sadly, there's no such thing as fitness reparations, where a woke weakling can demand a muscle transplant from yours truly. No, you have to put the hard work in for a long-term goal, not whine like a baby until people start calling you a hero. This may be why Dems are so depressed. Exercise improves your health and your appearance, which they avoid, believing it's an activity that steals valuable time from shouting at Jews or keying Teslas. Instead, you should burn calories curling Molotov cocktails and squatting in homes. And the only deadlift they did was supporting Joe. Thank you. Yeah. But we know that you feel great after a workout just as you feel awful after pounding a sack of donuts. Are the Dems even close to recognizing this? Well, one think tank, Searchlight, is trying to, quote, push the Democratic Party toward the most effective, broadly popular positions and create a space where Dems can think freely and put those ideas into the world. Meaning they want to mirror Republicans without it being authentic. It's like pretending it's your birthday to get free cake. It's why Joey Behar's staff thinks she's 247. They want the results without doing the heavy lifting. No wonder they hate the gym. But amazingly, one consultant calls for a complete rejection of identity politics. Wow, where have you heard that? Why don't they just watch Gutfeld? Everyone else is. Yeah, thank you. We told you 10 years ago that identity politics will be as dead on arrival as those lizards I tried to ship through the post office. Now, I hope the Dems heed that advice, but it's going to be tough. It's like asking the cast of The View to give up stretch pants. Identity is ingrained in all their actions, and it's a miserable filter, for it's based on resentment, making you as bitter as the coffee pot that I pee in over at Fox and Friends. Oh, no. But you know what? We use a different filter, one that's rooted in reality. It's why we don't need a think tank to make sense of the world. We already know not to let murderers into the country and men into women's bathrooms. We keep it simple. See, we understand life is difficult enough already without starting the day with a massive chip on your shoulder. And that's a weight we refuse to carry. We save that energy for the gym. Let's welcome tonight's guest. They call him Duraflame because his books end up in the fireplace.
That is
Fox and Friends co-host and host of One Nation, Brian Kilmeade. As a baby, his first words were Sean Hannity, GOP Youth Advisory Council co-chair CJ Pearson. She's interviewed all the rockers and has a great pair of glasses. Host of Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. And old ladies call him the denture whisperer. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion, Tyrus. Brian,
Yes.
You're a man's man. You're tough, you're virile, you're good looking. How could the Dems could have connected with you? See with that? I complimented.
Very good.
I'm trying a new strategy.
We're waiting.
I'm sorry, I thought this was Gutfeld. I mean, wait, are you kidding me? I've never had. I would say this. This is so backwards. Dems say, I want to get men, I want to get younger men, I want to win them over, so I'm going to go find them. I want to find the next Joe Rogan. I want to find the next Greg Gutfeld. Where do I go to do that? What happens is, no one found Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan, looked and made his own judgment. Went to the gym in his case. Most cases, you want to have control of your life, so you go to the gym. So Dems want to go mimic that, but there's nothing authentic about it. You got to be real. You got to be yourself. The one thing about Trump, he's himself. Always. Is he a conservative? Sometimes. Is he open to ideas? Yes, sometimes. But what he wants to do is be successful. And what Dems want to do is get votes. Just be yourself. That's why you end up with Tim Walz pretending to fix a car and pretending to go hunting. It's not real.
You know, it just struck me. Donald Trump, I believe, has never gone to a gym.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said don't even bring up working out. I asked him one time, are you thinking about working? He goes, don't even bring that up.
Yeah, that's right.
He works out on the golf course.
Right.
Yeah, he works
A lot
out
of
on the
walking.
golf course,
Yeah,
lot of
walks to the
walking.
cart and goes to the next hole.
Also, signing executive orders gave him a big bicep.
Exactly. But, hey, look, it's working for him. He's doing great. 78 years old, 100 miles an hour.
All right, enough brown-nosing. CJ, the fact that they needed consultants is underlying Brian's point, that they don't know what to think.
You know, it's absolutely embarrassing. They're spending $20 billion in an attempt to appeal to young men. They might as well set it on fire, because let's just address the elephant in the room. The only young men that these Democrats are appealing to today are young men who think they're women, like Dylan Mulvaney. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. And it's not surprising when the face of their party is David Hogg, who I have had ex-girlfriends with bigger biceps than, right? So, you know, it's not surprising that when you look at this party that has spent the last several years demonizing men for striving to simply just be men, for being protectors, for being providers, this is why young men are running away from them. Personally, I'm shocked that they're shocked we want nothing to do with them.
Kennedy. When you're looking for men, do you go to the gym?
Oh, yeah, when I'm not down at the pier. Woo!
Yeah, the pier. What time are you usually around the pier?
Well, they usually kick me out around 5 a.m. but, you know, every
You bring
week
home a good haul, don't you?
Sure do. That's why they call me the USO, and every week is Fleet Week in my house. That's it. I know. Tyrus is he's so disappointed. So I was thinking, like, what are they going to do? Because they're sitting around going, you know, maybe we should just run Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
You know, he's out of prison. Like, the guys like him, right? And they're like, what do guys like? They like big boobs. So let's just send some ring girls to the gym with giant cards which say things like, you know, let's all vote for the Green New Deal. And those are the ideas that they're running up against. And it's so clumsy and annoying. I mean, can you imagine a liberal coming up to you at the gym, like, you know, lifting 5 pounds, like, whew, really feeling the burn, huh? Like Bernie Sanders, you know, that's my kind of guy.
Hey, you don't mind if I work in with you, you know, equity and all that. Mind if I spot you?
Yeah.
You know, Tyrus, it is kind of funny that they can't rely on men in their own party. They had to go outside. Why do you think that is? They're henpecked.
Because their alpha is Swalwell.
Yeah.
You say that name wrong.
Yeah.
During Pride Week.
People get a little bit excited.
Be some misreads going on, and this infuriates me, Greg. I'm upset because the gym is the men's church.
Yes.
Okay, we don't have preachers. You don't discuss. You don't talk to a man when he's lifting. We wear headphones. We're in our own world. If you interrupt, if you pulled on my headphones and say, I'd like to talk to you about the Democratic Party, that'd be like that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You do not, we excommunicate chatty caddies in the gym.
That's true.
Gym is there to do work. If 100 gorillas came in and my workout interrupted, then I'd take 99 of them and murder them. I'd leave one left so you can go tell the others the story so they won't come back to my gym.
You know, I just want to add, we don't condone the senseless murder of primates.
They had to come in, they interrupted the workout. It's a sacred place.
Peter, send your letters to that man over there. All right. Up next, yet another reason the Washington Post sucks.
If you'll be in the New York area and would like tickets to see Gutfeld, go to foxnews.com/Gutfeld and click on the link to join our studio audience.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.